Hello everyone, my name is Evan and the name of this show is The Fuse News. Let me tell you everything new in Summoner's War. This is episode 176. We find ourselves in 2022, and there are a lot of two ways all of a sudden, and figuring out which ones to prioritize can be a little daunting for new players. That's why I made the 2022 Top 8 Two Ways for New Players video on the channel to help narrow down that decision making. I'm gonna have that video linked at the end if you want to check it out. It's the return of our favorite event. Well, is it our favorite anymore actually? Because I mean, we've had some pretty Fire Flames events recently. We got to choose our own Nat 5, and there was that 100 rewards one from last year that was actually pretty stellar. I think we even made a video on it. Well, one of the most important events is coming back to Summoner's War, because you want monsters, but you need runes. The Legend Runecrafting event is back. In fact, I think the very first episode of the Fuse News covered the Legend Runecrafting event. In this iteration, you're going to be able to customize 2 of your very own Legend 6-star runes. You'll be able to choose the type, the slot, the main priority, and then you can re-roll for the substats that you desire. Then the event's going to let you power up each of those runes to +6, and then re-roll those rolls. How many times can I say roll in a segment? I am going for the record. That event's already live, and you can find it inside the events page in-game right now. There's a new Hall of Heroes coming out this weekend, and at the time of recording, we are just mere hours away from its release. The Wind Sniper is now going to be accessible to everybody who farms the dungeon. And this is pretty significant because that monster is actually pretty awesome. So I wanted to make sure that it got coverage on the episode. Or if you happen to have a Magnum, such as I do, perhaps you need some skill ups. But I'd recommend keeping at least one of these bad boys because they can be a really fun setup for some solo games in RTA. When they strike their hidden pose, they impose a chance to glance on the enemy who's attacking them. When they are inevitably glanced upon, they're going to get a turn and an attack boost. So you can do some pretty fun stuff with this guy. So keep at least one. If you need to use others for skill ups, I understand. Elia has finally started broadcasting a video series from the Sky Islands, or rather her office in the Sky Islands. Man, I could look into those beautiful and frankly kind of haunting eyes for hours. Episode 1 of Elia's Quiz Break is already live on the channel, and episode 2 is coming very, very soon. If you haven't seen it, they're pretty funny, so you should totally scope it out. Plus, I hear that she hides some codes somewhere in her room, so you might walk away with something special. I have good news for you guys who are craving another Summoner's War event. Hirotion is hosting his very own Sacramento meetup on June 26th at Game Castle. The registration for that is open, and you can find the banner in-game if you want to take a look. And to celebrate the LA meetup that's happening tomorrow, I'm going to be hosting a King of the Hill live stream with Waikaz, LC, Hirotion, and Faraz. We're going to be playing to see who can get the most wins in RTA in a Goodwill lobby, so come on by. If you don't know when and where, I'm going to put it right there. Also, if you want to check out the VOD from this Wednesday, we did a 2 vs 2 live stream where the US office went up against the EU office to see who could dominate the others in 2 vs 2. And I'm not going to spoil it for you here, but if you want to check out the video, you totally should. It's on the channel. I don't know if I should be sending you to this, but I'm doing it anyway. We'll see if I regret it. And that brings us to the end of episode 176. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Maybe I'll see you at the meetup. Have a good one. See you next time.